X's and O's in a minute. For now, up to Lupe Contreras.
We continue with the action here at the Prudential Center, once again proudly presented to you by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, and being sponsored by Geico. This bout, 8 rounds or less in the super middleweight division. Our judges at ringside are George Hill, Jackie Atkins, and Joseph Pasquale. At the sound of the bell, the man in charge of the ring, referee Sade Murda. Introducing first, the fighter standing in the blue corner, being presented in association with iOS Boxing Promotions, and wearing black with white and gold trim. He weighed in at an official 169 pounds after an outstanding amateur career, including 3 Olympics and capturing the bronze medal at the 2008 Beijing Games. He now enters the ring an undefeated pro with 10 victories, 7 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Representing Bhiwani, India, Vijender Singh. Across the ring in the red corner, wearing black with white trim, he weighed in at 168.5 pounds. He enters the ring for the 22nd time as a pro with 13 victories against 5 losses, 3 draws, 8 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From Flemington, West Virginia, Iron Mike, Mike Snider.
Careful with your heads, careful with your heads. Obey the commands at all times, protect yourselves at all times. When I call for the break, give me the clean break. Touch gloves, let's go to work.
Thank you, guys. All right, Bomac, so for Vijender, this is the first time, as we mentioned, him back in the ring after a 1.5 years outside of the ring. He was scheduled to make his U.S. and Top Rank professional debut back in April, and that was under the tutelage of Freddie Roach, but he had an injury in sparring just days before, had to pull out of the fight, returned to India, ran for Congress.
Wow.
In a losing effort, and now he is back with his original trainer, Lee Beard, and fighting in the United States for the first time. He has the black and gold trunks with the orange on the side, and his opponent, Michael Snider, in the black trunks with the white trim.
Well, as I was doing my homework on Vijender Singh, it's a calm fighter. Very calm fighter.
That's sneaky power, right?
Yeah, He's not very fast. And he uses his jab. He uses his jab to me just to set up that big right hand. So this is what I'm looking for.
Singh is 10-0 with 7 knockouts. He's a highly touted amateur. He participated in 3 Olympic Games and won a bronze medal for India in the Olympics. So he's their most decorated amateur by far. I'd like to say hello to everybody watching us, or good morning to everybody. 4:30 in the morning on Sunday in India. So thank you to everybody who's tuned in to watch your beloved son make his professional U.S. debut. But he's got both. He's got 3.7 million Twitter followers. I'm sure at least half of them are tuned in to watch us right now on ESPN Plus and on the network there in India.
You know, Snider, he's he don't look like he has a lot of amateur background. I didn't see any, and just this first minute and a half, you can kind of tell. You know, he got some things that he needs to correct.
Snider, 13-5-3. He made his professional debut back in 2008, but then took the next 5 years off. Didn't start fighting again until once in 2013 and once in 2014, until he really got things going in 2015 and since. But you know, when you're talking about a guy that has not even an ounce of the amateur experience that Singh does. But you know what? The pros is a different game, and you know, when you're catching a guy out of the ring about a 1.5 years, you never know, anything can happen.
Yeah. You know, Mike Snider, he reminds me of just one of those tough guys, like a bar fighter. He'll fight anybody. And what I see now, he's not scared of Singh.
I don't know. I mean, he's been a professional fighter for 15 years, a veteran of the weight class at 168 pounds. The unfortunate thing for Snider is he's just had like 3 long layoffs in his career, and it's hard to improve your skills if you're not in there in the ring fighting. Sparring and being in the gym is one thing, but you got to get in the ring and fight. That's what it's about. Filling out round here for both of these fighters. Not a lot of action in round 1, so as I say that, they get in the best flurry of the round as we get to the bell. Kind of a, you know, I would say a Singh round, but not a lot there to look at in round 1 for either of these guys.
You know, as a trainer, I can see what Singh is looking for. He's looking for that one shot over top, and maybe he can follow it up with a left hook. Snider, he's just trying to stay busy. He's just trying to keep Singh uncomfortable. Don't give him a chance to land that big right hand. I want to see what kind of adjustments his corner is going to do in the second round.
He's a good fighter. He's got a lot of fights. He's dipping that head.
As you get a look at the Snider corner.
Like I said, let it come to you a little bit.
Timothy Wheeler, he's saying, let it come to you a little bit. Let him press the action.
You got this. How you feel? All right. I said you'll have every kid's
feel
dream.
good, so.
You beat a 3-time Olympian, you're a goddamn hero. Let's be a fucking.
We're gonna see.
Let him unload that power on top of you.
I don't know about him just getting lifted up off the stool by his trainer, but save all the energy you can, I guess, as we get ready to start here round 2 in a scheduled 8 in the super middleweight division. Christina Poncher, Brian Bomac McIntyre here at the Prudential Center, and action's picking up quickly here in round 2.
Since Snider came out swinging, you know, he came out pressing the action a little bit.
And a good counter left hand from Snider. 3 of them in a row there. Singh needs to get that right hand up. Another left hand.
He might be winning this round so far.
That's a very good start.
30 seconds into it.
Very good start for Snider as Singh gets back to the jab. Snider's trunks a little bit high as he's trying to pull those down.
One thing I noticed about him, he's fighting with that mouth open now. I don't know if he's a little tired, a little winded now.
Vijender has landed a couple shots to the body early in this fight. And when you're in there against a guy that's had a lot of inactivity, I mean, although both of these guys have had as of late, but go to the body.
Yeah.
Check that conditioning. Snider kind of lunging forward.
Yeah, I don't like how you know, he come up off his feet to throw that jab.
Good left hand from Vijender. Very calculated. I mean, it's hard, though, Bomac, for these guys. I mean, we're talking about Vijender's 11th pro fight, but when you fought 12, 13 years as an amateur, 3 Olympics, it takes some time to get that pro style. And although he's had a good amount of knockouts, this is a little 1-2, a little calculated.
So he just, you know, I think, as you can see, just pawing that jab, just looking for that one shot.
Let's go.
Referee Chade Murdoch warning Singh a little bit about holding. Snider looks a little bit frustrated, like he's trying to figure out how to get those punches off on the inside as he kind of keeps his guard high.
I'd like to see Singh double up that jab. He's looking for that right hand, but he just can't throw it. He got to put something more on it. Another good right hand landed there. You got to put something on that jab, you know, to push him back a little bit.
And he's fighting really up and down, too. Oh, and he caught him with a good left hand. I thought Snider rocked, and a big right hand from Vijender. Unfortunately, big right hand, and he thinks the fight is over. Keep fighting. There's no bell. You take a look at this shot right here, Bo, that he thought had finished him. But that right hand you were talking about all fight long.
That should have been a knockdown. It should have been counted as a knockdown because the rope started him up.
But instead, it's a knock. It's not counted a knockdown, but can Vijender pick up the pace a little bit? He's kind of fought on the same level here in the first 2 rounds. Pick up the energy, pick up the pace a little bit here. As you mentioned, you can tell Snider's a little bit gassed.
Oh, yeah.
And this is only round 3.
And one thing I know Snider does is he'll come out the first, when he first come out, he'll come out swinging, try to catch Singh off balance.
As Singh varies up the attack, a right hand to the body, then back up top with the jab.
Watch your heads, fellas. Watch your heads. Watch your heads.
I like to see Singh throw a combination. You catch him with a nice combinations and maybe finish with a left hook.
You hear Lee Beer telling him in the corner, you look a little bit sluggish, pick it up, pick up that work. And that's what I was kind of saying, where you feel like he's just kind of in one gear right now. He's kind of stuck in first gear. It's been enough so far, but if you might want to make a statement, and he gets done with a little left hand from Snider there. You've got to pick it up a notch.
Snider's no slouch, man. You got to keep, Singh got to stay to that body. Pick up the jab, pick up the speed up on the jab.
And I understand not every time you need to throw your jab, it needs to be a power jab, but it's almost like he's just flailing it out there to keep a little bit of that distance. He's not really using it with any force at all.
It's just a measure jab, so he can set up the right hand.
And there's a good right hand to the body from Singh.
If he wants to land that right hand real good, I would advise him to throw it as Snider throwing his jab hand.
And a good left hand lands as well. See, there's a good combination too, as you mentioned, Bomac, picking up that activity level when he lets his punches go. 3, 4 punches with meaning behind.
He got to come back with that left hook after he throw that right hand.
A good uppercut.
How much more of this punishment can Snider take?
I mean, he's still coming forward. He still wants it. the problem is he's got to let his hands go, or he's not going to be winning any of these rounds. He's just having a hard time figuring out and timing Singh.
Oh, nice right hand.
You can tell,
right after the jab.
Yeah, you can tell that right hand's got some sauce on it.
Yeah. Singh must be heavy-handed because his punches don't got no speed on them.
Yeah, they're coming so, but it's affecting Snider. You kind of see him back up a little bit, but that's what I said. He's kind of got that sneaky power. I don't know. It's just, like you said, is maybe cement in those gloves. I talked about Singh being a very decorated amateur. He's the former WBO Asia Pacific Super Middleweight champion. He made 3 successful defenses of that, and the former 2-time WBO Oriental Super Middleweight champion, not to mention 3 Olympic Games, 2004, 2008, and 2012, where he represented India at 165 pounds. It was the bronze medal in 2008, though. That is his most prized possession. That is until he gets to fight for a world title and wins one, he says. That is the goal. He'd like to fight 2 more times this year, but he does have dreams, aspirations of becoming a professional world champion. Don't they all? I mean, come on, that's the name of the game, right?
That's what you're in the game for.
That's right.
He definitely got the amateur accolades for it.
And I think that's why Top Rank was so excited to sign him. I mean, we look at the bios, the notes that we get, and I mean, I'm looking at 20 bullet points of bronze medal, gold medal, silver medal at all kinds of different Pan Am tournaments. So can he deliver at the pro level? I mean, this is the first fight back after 18 months. Let's not get too crazy on what we expect here, but he's at 33 years old, Bomac. You're going to be on the fast track.
Yeah, you definitely
not a lot of
have
time.
to be on the fast track.
And a good left hand to the body from Singh, and he finishes up top. Vijender is also an actor in India, movies and television shows. I don't think he got 3.7 million Twitter followers just off his boxing career. I mean, he's something like a celebrity over there, so that always helps as well. As Snider tries to answer on the ropes,
Snider must get off those ropes.
He should step to the side unless he wants referee Sade Murdoch to step in and stop this fight. And maybe that's what he's looking for, an out right now, because Sade's got about, he's doing happy feet right now. Can Vijender Singh get a knockout in his U.S. professional debut? He does.
Well, I said it at the beginning. He's definitely looking for that knockout.
And he got it, an accumulation of punches. Causes referee Vijender Singh to step in and stop this fight, and he gets a knockout in his U.S. and top-ranked professional debut.
Good for the kid. Happy for him.
And Bomac, you talked about that power in the right hand, and it wasn't just a one punch that did it, but more or less him continuously launching that right hand over and over.
Like I said before, how much more of this punishment will he take? And Singh, he's seen it. He's seen that Snider was slowing down, so he just kept throwing that right hand, till that ref stepped in to stop it.
And as he continues to develop as a professional, he'll sit down a little bit more on those punches, throw them more from the base than shooting them from the shoulder. But hey, first fight back in a year and a half. Job well done, Vijender Singh. Let's send it up to Lupe Contreras to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, an accumulation of blows forces referee Vijender Singh to call a halt to this contest at an official time of 1 minute, 23 seconds of round number 4. Your winner, by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, Vijender Singh.
Victory number 11 now for Vijender Singh, his 8th knockout as a professional. I know he'd like to fight, as I said, 2 more times this year. Let's see if Top Rank can